Here we are, Franklin Square, inside one of the exhibits at the Chinese Lantern Festival. Oh, they got music. We're going for a scoot, and today we're going to look for the governor of Pennsylvania because he's doing a press conference right down the street. The governor's giving his press conference to the media about SEPTA and their funding getting cut. They're having a press conference saying if they don't get the money they need by, I think, Tuesday, they're going to have to start scheduling the cuts, start cutting services to regional rail, the buses, the trains. So I'm watching the press conference here, which is happening right behind me. All right, now the press conference over. Everybody's leaving. There goes. Oh well, it's the news van. It's the actual news van, not just a. Usually it's a SUV. So I'm almost certain the governor had to walk down this little, not this particular alleyway, but an alleyway right here. Kind of wish he would have gone down this street to see how many homeless people are here. I did talk to a local politician, and he said the Senate is going back to vote right now, and the proposal isn't exactly what they want. It's like not a full year. It's like maybe a half a year of funding. So a half a year of funding is, I don't know. Maybe that gets you. That puts a Band-Aid on it. Makes the issue come back up again. Oh, they got incense burning. Yeah, it was 6 months from now, August. So you're in like February. 2026 is a very big year for the city of Philadelphia. You have FIFA World Cup. The Philadelphia Phillies have the All-Star game at their home park. Back in the historic district where I will be going. I will be going to the historic district because there's a news story in that section. There we go. This is the portal. You stand here and you stare at this guy.
Is he an artist?
Oh boy. That's a fun game you play here. Was it a balloon pop or was it gunfire? Luckily for us, it was a balloon pop. Here we are, Philadelphia City Hall at the splash fountain. Nice crowd here on a Sunday afternoon. It's in the high 80s. It's hot, but it's like Heckler's hot sauce. It's not asshole spicy. It's tolerable. They have this little walkway here so I could push the scooter and walk. Boy, this fountain water, room temperature, very warm. We're going to go this way, and we're going to zippity-doo-dah. Love that. Oh, what's this? We're getting close to the middle of August, so we don't have many days left. Pretty soon they're going to be putting up the ice skating rink. Well, not pretty soon. I think they start that in October. Yeah, so 2026 we have the FIFA World Cup. We got the All-Star game over there. It turns 250 years. Well, actually, the whole country turns 250. And one of the reasons Philadelphia got the FIFA World Cup is because of our public transit system, SEPTA. And if this budget doesn't get passed, which I have a feeling it will, I've talked to two politicians, one Republican and a Democrat, and they both told me it's going to be passed, which makes me feel like this is political theater, right? I hate political theater because what we're doing is we're just giving, like the poor old people who take the buses, they're all like every day is anxiety ridden because the news media, they're talking about, if your kid goes to school and they take two buses, here we are. It could take over 2 hours because the buses aren't going to be running as often. Oh, here comes the 125, the Valley Forge to the King of Prussia Mall, and that's one of the bus routes. It's going to stop running at 9 p.m., which means people who work at the mall who don't have a car, if the mall closes at 9 or 10 p.m. late in the holidays, they're not going to have a way to get home. I told both politicians that this bill doesn't get passed, it's going to kill. It's going to kill the city. There it is, Love Park. Look at these people. Look at all these people waiting in line. What a waste of time. It's all about angles. So if you ever come here and you got to rush, what you do is you stand on the side, right? Watch this. Boom. You put your hand over these people. Boom. I got my picture. I'm done. I'm done. I'm back. I'm back to living my life. I'm doing my thing. There we go. We're just, right? Why not? I'm just going to sit in it. Man, it is kind of hazy today. I feel like my mouth is dry because of the that Canadian wildfire. Look at that kid. Oh, he's screaming. He's having a good time. This is one of my favorite little parks. It's called John Collins Park. Ooh, it's crowded. Hold this here. Love this park. Uh-oh. Got this little fountain. I used to work a block down the street from here, and I would have a half-hour lunch, and I would come to this pizza shop right here. It's no longer a pizza shop. It's now a Starbucks, because that's what we need, more Starbucks. And the pizza shop had 2 slices of pizza and a soda. $6. Can't beat it. I've seen this before. This is a karaoke bus. You drive around and you sing karaoke. I want to hear a song. I don't know if I can use any of that footage I filmed from that bus. When did I just became Tipper Gore. I don't know, maybe oh, here we go. Let's go. There we go. This is my favorite park in Center City, Philadelphia. This is Rittenhouse Square. It is Sunday afternoon. It is packed. It is beautiful. Yes. Oh, they're playing chess. Oh, I'm gonna see if I can watch. I just won my first chess match against a human being in person. Here we are. Oh, this is dancing guy. He usually twirls around. Where's he at? Yeah, I love this park. People are dancing. That's how I feel right now. I just won my first chess match. I made a blunder. If you play chess, you understand these words. I made a blunder, but guess what, cuz? The person I played against, she made a blunder. Multiple blunders, and I am victorious. If you have chess.com, you can play me in chess. I'm not that good. I make a lot of mistakes. I'll tell you why. I play a lot of chess after I smoke a jazz cigarette, so I always make a lot of mistakes. But that's okay. But if you want to play me on chess.com, you can look me up. I'm called the Philly Captain, believe it or not. And if you want to learn how to play chess, not learn, but if you want to try playing chess against other people, you can go to Rittenhouse Square. I think they said every Sunday and Wednesday. And you could play blitz chess. It was free. I didn't pay. There it is. Oh, no. You got the bucket stuck on your hand, huh, Spidey? Yeah. Good seeing you. You going to the Rocky statue? Always makes sense. That's Philly Spider-Man. That's the Philly Spider-Man. He doesn't talk because he has a British accent. Which I think is okay, because is this Spider-Man British, Tom? I don't know. Right now, we are on the Ben Franklin Parkway. Ooh, what's going on here? This is the Natural Academy of Science. It's our dinosaur museum. I also refer to it as our dead zoo. This is where you go see the stuffed animals. And they have a bug fest. Ooh. Oh, this is exciting. Bug fest is happening right here. Will I touch a tarantula? Let's see. Bugs, stickers and art. Perfume. How exciting. A lot of bug art. If you got one of those kids that are into bugs, this would probably be a good thing to go to, although not a whole lot of bug stuff. Stickers. Oh, food trucks. Angry Joe's. There we go. Crochet. There's a crochet bug. What an exciting time to be alive. Don't forget to hit subscribe because there's going to be so much of this crap happening in Philadelphia the next year. Oh, here we go. Here's some plants. Kill a plant. That's fun. And of course, it wouldn't be an event in Center City, Philadelphia if they weren't serving alcohol. Always be careful. Philly Captain tip. Always be careful of the food trucks that don't have prices. They don't have the prices listed. They can tell you different prices. And the cheesesteaks they serve on those food trucks, not that one in particular. I'm just saying ones without prices, they're always way too expensive. So just, if you ever come to Philly, don't buy a cheesesteak from a food truck. Buy it from I'd rather you buy it from Geno's. This is, what bar is it? The Logan. This is like a fancy schmancy hotel in Center City. Met Bruce Springsteen right here in this spot. Got him to autograph Born to Run on CD. Philadelphia City Hall. About 3 o'clock. Getting ready to go through Love Park. I'm going to go into the Independence Hall area, and I got to tell you guys about a monument that is going to be taken down. And I got to document it before it gets removed. Before I show you the stuff that's going to be taken down, let me show you something that just got put up right here. You can help bring back the Wanamaker Light Show and Dickens Village. All you got to do is donate. They need to make $350,000 to open up both of those events, or both of those, what would they be? Attractions, both of those attractions. And that will get everything staffed, everybody, all the things installed. How exciting. Right here, this is where the governor gave his press conference about an hour and a half ago. Right here. This is where he was, right where that homeless, well, not right where that homeless guy was sleeping. Look at this guy, unicycle. Yeah. I can't think of a name that starts with U. I can't give him a name. So at 6th and Market, there is a display here. And it's the president's house. This is where George Washington and John Adams, right here is the house they lived in when they were president of the United States. Now, back around 2003, we did this whole thing with we moved the Liberty Bell and we set up this new Liberty Bell Pavilion, which is behind the foundation of the president's house. This is what the windows would look like. And this is, if you would walk in the front door of the president's house, you would see something similar to this. If you look down, they have layouts of what the rooms used to look like. And if you go into this space here, you can see the foundation of what was sort of the White House back in the 1790s. George Washington and John Adams both lived here. Also, John Quincy Adams, John Adams' son, he lived here too. So if you look at this house, they have some artwork on display. They also have these TVs where they talk about, this talks about the yellow fever epidemic. over here it talks about one of the slaves that lived here when George Washington was president. It talks about Oni Judge, and she escaped slavery here in what was the home of the presidents. This tells you about the president's house, and it also talks about freedom and slavery and the making of a new nation. Well, this here talks about the presidents who lived here. It does talk about the timeline of slavery. And this exhibit opened in 2010. And one of the things they have back here is you can actually see the quarters where the enslaved people owned by George Washington. This is where they stayed. This was the slave quarters for Washington's slaves. And this exhibit, a lot of the stuff that I'm showing you is going to be removed. One of the things right here, these are the slaves that Washington had in this space. Hercules was a chef. Oni Judge was a woman who has the movie played over there. And Pennsylvania had a rule. If you had slaves and they stayed in the state for over 6 months straight, they would be considered free. So what Washington would do is he would have his slaves here, and then the 5th month he would send them over to Jersey to go do something, or go down to Virginia to do something, to reset the clock. The movie over there about Oni Judge talks about how one night, in the middle of the night, she went out these doors. These are Oni's footsteps. She went out these doors towards the Delaware River to New Hampshire, where she was free, but she was always being chased by the president and people working for the president. About 6 years ago, I was trying to be a tour guide, and I heard somebody say that it's pretty interesting that the people in that building wrote stuff about men being free, but the man who led that country owned human beings, and Washington owned a lot. I remember a tour guide saying that if this was unearthed, they just unearthed the foundation of the president's house in the early 2000s. So if they did this in the 70s or the 80s, the odds are the exhibit would just be about Washington and Adams and some of the stuff that they accomplished. But because this happened in 2003, we talk about the people who are enslaved, because isn't it an interesting conversation that those guys wrote people are free, but there was a slave headquarters or slave quarters right there. So I would imagine what they're going to do is they'll probably get rid of this wall with the names of the enslaved. They'll probably remove Oni's footprints, and they'll probably get rid of a lot of the signage here talking about slavery. Now, not everything here talks about slavery, but the movie in that TV does, the movie on that little TV screen does. So one of my favorite things to do in the wintertime is come around here, because nobody's down here, and they have these TV screens on, and I watch them because I'm the only one here, and I'm like, it's so cool that this stuff is here. And there aren't many federally funded monuments towards slavery. There are a few, but this is a pretty big one at a very important location. These people, they're in line to see the Liberty Bell. That's another thing too. A lot of the people, they don't even see the slave quarters. You never see many people looking at that. You just see maybe a tour guide will point that out. There we are, Independence Hall. How exciting. Oh, there's the Liberty Bell. But look at all the people here at the Liberty Bell. That's no good. Too many people. There we are, Independence Hall. Couldn't talk to the Liberty Bell. The line just to look at the Liberty Bell was super long. I'll have to come down here and do a history tour for the YouTube people. I'll probably do that sometime soon. I want to come down here and film those movies. Yeah, cuz no, I know how it goes. No, please, don't stop for the guy crossing the street. Well, we're going past the property where Ben Franklin lived near the end of his life. There. Going past the front door of the Ben Franklin History Museum. Ben Franklin lived in this space here. This door has been broken for years. That door for that museum. Or is it this door? Or is it both doors? It's kind of embarrassing, all the stuff that needs to be fixed in this space. Like the door to the Ben Franklin Museum. Every time there's some type of budget talk for it, it never gets approved. That's what one of the park rangers told me a few months ago, so maybe it is going to get fixed. But before we start knocking down shit, how about we fix a few things? This is Market Street. Hello, Fred. Guy's banging a lock on a pole. This whole section's under construction till like November. So it's going to destroy traffic going towards Center City. If you're on Market Street, just be aware. You can't go west. Alright, we're going this way. Going down the Alfred's Alley. It's the oldest residential street continuously lived on. Bless you. I like that. We talk bike and scooter together. More people have lived on this street longer than the United States have been a country. And if you come down here, well, right now it's actually not that crazy crowded. You could buy a house on this street. I think this one they're doing it like an auction. You could buy it as an auction. I think it's going for like $900,000. If you live on this street, I think once or twice a year you gotta open up your house, or at least your living room, so people can go in and like see what it's like in Tiny's row homes. They do have a museum and gift shop right here. And have the scooter with me, I would have gone in the museum. Pretty cheap museum, $3. They have Victorian, or no, colonial era clothing that you could try on. They got the old style lights, the doors. You got the fire insurance marker up there. So if you ever had a fire in your house and you had a fire insurance marker, the people who worked for that fire insurance company would come into your house, not only put the fire out, but they would like pull all your crap out of the house too. So they would save your silverware and your bedclothes and all that stuff. Here is where the city used to end. This is where the Delaware River was. We built on the city. I feel like maybe a quarter of a mile, maybe a little bit more over in that direction. You go down this street, you can see the Firefighters Museum. Going past the Painted Bride. This is a art center. They had like concerts in here and they would do art shows. And it's going to be knocked down soon. I've been saying that for, I feel like, 3 years now. Yeah, they sold this property and they're going to tear this down and build a condo. The guy who made this is a guy named Isaiah Zagar. He has art all over the city. I think they did a total, like they measured all his art, and it's like 14 football fields of art just in Philadelphia. And this whole building is covered. Alright, that's my little Sunday here in the greatest city in the world, Philadelphia. I appreciate you joining me. If you can, please help me. I'm trying to get, I don't know, 100,000 subscribers, right? Like that's the goal of every YouTuber. So let's speak it into fruition. Let's get 100,000 subscribers. So if you can, please help me reach my goal. Subscribe today. Press the oh boy, Jesus, my voice. That smoke, that Canadian smoke, it's making my mouth dry. Press the like button, press subscribe, check out the merch. I got merchandise. I got cameos. I do cameos. And let me know, what do you think? What do you think? Do you think why are the politicians in Pennsylvania, if both guys I know that it's going to pass, why aren't they passing it? Why are they playing with us? And how about that slave stuff, huh? So now what that's going to do is when people give history tours in Philadelphia, they now have a responsibility of talking about what used to be here if it does get removed. That's all. Okay. Bye-bye.